I've presented this tip before, but it's such a useful one it bears repeating for those who weren't aware of it or who know about the tip but haven't actually tried it. Vocals are the most direct form of communication with your audience, so of course you want your vocal to be kind of a tractor beam that draws people in. Many engineers give a more intimate feel to vocals by using dynamics control like limiting or compression. While that has its uses, the downside is often telltale artifacts that sound unnatural. This technique of phrase-by-phrase gain edits can provide much of the intimacy and presence associated with compression, but with a natural, artifact-free sound. Furthermore, if you do want to compress the vocal further, you won't need to use very much dynamics control because the phrase-by-phrase gain edits will have done the majority of the work the compressor would have needed to do. The top track shows the original vocal. Now, let's split it into pieces to isolate sections of the vocals that have varying levels. You definitely want snap off for this. Depending on your DAW, it may be possible to do splits in the middle of words and not hear a click from the level change. This is because the DAW will add an automatic, very short crossfade to eliminate clicks. Note that Wave's Vocal Rider plugin can automate this process. However, taking the time to do it manually lets you really get into the details. For example, if you split just after an inhale, you can raise the level of a vocal section without raising the inhale's level. You can also do very precise level adjustments to maintain dynamics so that sections that are supposed to be soft remain soft. Change the levels so they're more consistent. Although you can make a rough adjustment visually, it's crucial to listen to the edited event in context with what comes before and after to make sure there aren't any issues with continuity. Sometimes soft parts are supposed to be soft. After you've done all the needed splits and edits, you'll want to bounce all the bits back together again. If you compare the processed version with the original track, it's clear that the vocal levels are much more consistent. That's all there is to it. If you want to hear this technique in action, you have been. All the narration in these tips has been processed with gain changes and then had a little limiting added to tame the very highest peaks. I also use this technique on all the vocals in the songs on my YouTube channel.